of Tiffany's birthday party, September 18th, and she had all her friends. She had her best friend, Rhonda, and her good friend, Zachary, but they call him Zach, Carl, Zach's brother, and their sister and her brother. Tiffany's brother, John, and Jessica. They all came to her birthday party. Tiffany's birthday party, that is. For Rhonda's birthday, well, on her birthday, her life would forever be changed. And this is that story. This is Rhonda's story. Rhonda always loved to walk down the halls of her school and get lunch and sit at lunch with her friends, mainly Carl. Rhonda has two sisters, both older than her, but when they were young, you couldn't tell the difference. They all looked the same age. They all had a loving father. He did everything he could for them. He was very, very good father to them. But something would happen to Rhonda that changed her entire life. Her mother and her father got a divorce, splitting Rhonda and her sisters, and it changed her forever. They got the divorce on her birthday. She felt inside that she was the problem. She's the reason that they were divorced. She didn't understand all of the things that was happening, but she understood some things. She only wanted to see her dad. But her dad could not see her because of custody rights. And her mother, in some ways, held her as a prisoner, away from her father and away from her two sisters. She began to become troubled, where she would just be having a normal day and she would want to leave and she would want to see her dad again, but couldn't really see him. And when she did get to see him, those were points of great joy for her, but all she wanted her mother to give her was just let her see him, her father. Her sisters tried to help her, tried to tell her that this isn't her fault. This isn't her fault. This is what has happened. It's not her fault. But she doesn't understand that. She doesn't understand that this happened and that she had to get through this and that her sisters were there for her. That her dad still loved her. That he didn't not care and love her like before. She didn't understand the prison she was in. She didn't understand what her sister's words meant. She didn't understand why. At the same time, Zach and Tiffany began to talk. They both had a crush on each other, but they were not bold enough to say it. But Zach and Tiffany would talk, mainly about Carl and Rhonda. Rhonda had a crush on Carl, but no one knew that at the time. But Rhonda's friend Tiffany and Zach began to think about it. Like, maybe she likes Carl. Tiffany agreed with Zach and thought they were kind of cute together. Like in many things, Zach and Tiffany were right. She did have a crush on Carl, but at the same time, she was not free. She felt trapped. She put on a face to look happy, but inside, she was screaming for help. She was confused. She was beginning not to understand. She was beginning to feel loss. She realized that she was trapped. She was trapped. She wanted to be free. She felt like boxes were on top of her and she couldn't breathe. She couldn't do anything but lay down and die. But then something happened. She began to be happy again. She began to be happy again. But then it happened. She was laughing one moment and then the next moment she was overtaken with emotion. She was overtaken with sadness and sorrow. She felt trapped. But not only trapped, but unloved. She wanted to see her father. All the memories that they had shared flashed through her mind as she continued to cry. She continued to cry, missing her father, missing him. She stopped crying, but the emotion was still there. Her heart felt painful. She looked up and wondered why. Then she remembered something, but then she just forgot it. She felt trapped, but she wasn't going to be trapped forever. She felt hopeless in this moment, but she wasn't going to be hopeless for long. She was going to be free one day. Rhonda began to talk to her sisters again. Things were looking better. Her sisters, Hannah and Macy. For a moment, things seemed like they were before, with them laughing, having fun. Macy, Hannah, and Rhonda. Rhonda, for the first time in a long time, began to smile again, but not just a fake smile, but she started being happy again. Something had changed, but she didn't know what. And then something unexpected happened. Rhonda's friend Carl, who Rhonda had always had a crush on, asked her to be his girlfriend, and she accepted. Soon after that, they started dating. For Rhonda, it was a dream come true. She was finally happy, very happy. They had once been friends, now they were something more. They began to dance with each other. And then they took a boat ride at night. And it was an interesting night. It was the night of their first kiss under the moonlight and stars. After a wonderful night on the boat, at school, Rhonda cried for joy when she saw Carl.